Hey y'all, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make a lace front from beginning to end. This video is extremely detailed, so we are going to cover every single thing. Okay, first things first, I'm going to be using a 23-inch circumference wig block to make this unit. You guys must know your sizes, that will make a huge difference. This is the wig cap that I'll be using. This is a mesh dome wig cap. You can get it from the beauty supply store, but I will leave a link to all the materials that I'm using in the description box down below. This is what the cap looks like, and I'm going to show you guys what the a lot of people get confused on which part is the the front and the back of the head. This is the back of the wig block. As you can see, it's like a hump that's supposed to mimic the nape area of your head. So yeah, you know, like if you guys touch the back of your head, you can feel that it's like a lump from your actual head to your neck. So that's going to be the back of the wig, and this is going to be the front. All right, so I'm just showing you guys how this should look. I'm going to be using a 13x4 lace frontal along with 3 bundles of curly hair. All right. So first things first, you want to place the lace frontal on top of the wig cap, and you kind of want to see how far back you want to pull the frontal. Okay, you guys don't want to lay the frontal directly on the wig cap. You want to pull it a little bit above the wig cap. All right. Once you are pinning down the back of the frontal, you do not want to pull it forward, nor do you want to pull it back. You literally just want to allow it to lay exactly where it's going to fall. You guys will see exactly how I place the frontal. Do not pull it back like I'm doing. Do not do that. Just let it lay exactly how it wants to go naturally, okay? So then you're going to pin it in place, and I'm going to do this on both sides. So once you guys are finished pinning down the frontal, it should be a huge gap like this M shape. It should not be flat. It should be like exactly like this. Like there should be a lot of space. And again, you want to lay it in front of the wig cap. You do not want it to lay on top. If you lay it on top, it's going to fit awfully wrong once you are finished making your wig. All right. So now I'm going to take a metallic Sharpie, and I'm going to just trace exactly where this frontal is going to be. You guys can skip this step. I do this when I make my sewing machine units because I remove the frontal and sew it down less. But in today's video, I'm not taking the frontal off, so you guys can skip this step. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what thread I'm using. This is a cotton thread, and I like this big spool of thread. This will last you forever. And I'm going to be using a curved needle. Some people use straight needles, you know, to each his own. This is just the way that I like to do it. It's super easy for me. Now I'm going to proceed to sew down the frontal. I always suggest starting in the middle of the frontal and then working your way on one side and then going back to the middle and sewing down the other side. This way you're going to prevent any lumps or bumps and just make sure that it's extremely secure and tight, and just prevent any mistakes that you could possibly make. As you guys can see, I am sewing, I'm putting a stitch at the top of the frontal and then moving it to the back, if that makes sense. This way I'm not catching any hair, and I'm also putting it I'm pulling the thread through the thread like that in the circle, so you guys can see that it's knotting the thread as I go. This is going to make sure that it's extremely secure and tight, okay? So again, I'm just sewing down one side of the frontal first, and then I'm going to go back and do the other side. Once I'm finished with that, I'm going to go ahead and pin down my cap so that while I'm sewing the tracks in, it doesn't move. Now I'm going to make my tracings on where exactly I want my cap to lay. I know that second one was a little crooked, but you guys, I don't really know how far I put these, maybe like ½ inch to an inch apart. You guys, you don't really need them to be extremely close, but of course you don't want them to be extremely far apart because you don't want any gaps, or you don't want to see your tracks, of course, right? So you guys are going to mimic this. You don't want to bring that trace all the way straight across to the top. As you can see, I started in the middle, in that middle trace, like in the middle of the head, and then I'm going to go ahead and sew in my tracks. I am using the double stitch method, and I'm just going to poke my needle right through the weft. You guys, I have a video that I'm going to link in the description box down below, showing you how to fold double wefts properly and how to make sure that it lays flat. So every single bundle I sewed in, I doubled. Once I got to the top, I stopped probably the last 3 tracks from the top, and then I singled those. But every single bundle was doubled, okay? And this wig is going to be extremely flat and extremely tight. So for the next few minutes, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I sew in my tracks from beginning to end. And to make life easier for yourself, I definitely recommend using T-pins to secure the wefts as you go, just because it'll hold them up and then you won't have to keep pulling them up. It'll just speed up your time. So like I said, I'm literally going to show you guys how to sew the bundles in from beginning to end. If you guys would like to skip this part, you can skip to 12 minutes in the video. Also, don't forget, if you need an exact breakdown on how to fold your wefts and make sure they remain super flat, the video link is in the description down below. Once you guys reach the top, you want to make sure that you sew that last track directly to the frontal. So the last track should be kissing the frontal to make sure that there are absolutely no spaces, there are no tracks being seen, and it's completely seamless. Alright, so now that we're all done sewing, this is exactly what it should look like. As you can see, that last track is literally dead smack up against that frontal. Super close, super neat, and you cannot see any tracks. Yes. And this is all of the hair that I have left over, alright? So now I'm going to remove the wig from the wig block, and I'm going to pretty much show you guys what the guts look like. Super neat. Everything looks perfect. I'm going to turn this baby inside out, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut out the excess cap from directly underneath the frontal. You guys want to make sure you do this, okay? But be sure to be extremely careful and make sure that you don't get too close and cut any threads loose. You do not want to do that. Alright, so now that we're all finished with that, I'm going to go ahead and pluck the frontal. I have not bleached the knots or did any type of customization to this baby yet. So that's what I'm about to go ahead and do now. You guys, if you need help plucking, I have an in-depth plucking tutorial. I will link down below. As you guys know, I like to pluck downwards. If you haven't seen the video, then obviously you do not know. But I prefer to do it this way rather than a traditional way that I used to do it, because it's pretty much like, imagine when you shave your legs or if you get a Brazilian wax or something. They're going to pull it in the opposite direction because it's going to be easier for you to remove all of the hair. Look at this at the same way. If you pluck it where in the same direction that the hair goes, it's going to make it harder on yourself. So this is just pretty much making it extremely easier. And I also found that I like to bleach the knots after I pluck. For some reason, I feel like it just looks better. And I mean, I don't know, maybe it's all in my head, but now I just like to pluck it prior to bleaching the knots, so you guys can clearly see the side that isn't plucked at all and the side that is plucked. Huge difference. All right, so after I'm finished doing that side, I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. Amazeballs. So now I'm going to go ahead and bleach the knots, and that would be it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Mwah!